So for me, the most important part of communication is to know your audience. I think this applies to communicating science or anything else in life, really. You have to know what your audience wants and what level of technicality and complexity they want. So I really had this point hammered home to me in this job, because we have two very different audiences. We have the government, so Bayes and DEFRA, and then we have the general public. And both of them often want the same information, but they'll want it in very different ways. So with the government, they want it short and sharp and to the point. They are already engaged in the subject. They don't need the preamble explaining why it's important, and they do not have a lot of time on their hands. So you want a couple of pages at most and just get directly to the point. Whereas for the general public, you want a bit of preamble, you want to explain to them why it's important first, because a lot of people reading this will have no idea about the subject whatsoever. And so what we have done for the general public for our website is we've devised a sort of tiered approach. So the top tier is a very basic level, and it just gives you the overview of the topic, and then as you work your way down the levels you get more technical. And so with each level you kind of have to change up your writing style a bit, aiming to get more and more technical as you go down. And that sounds quite easy, but it really takes a lot of thinking to remember which audience you think is going to be reading that tier, to think about how they want that information presented and what kind of language you should be using. So that's something that's really been hammered home to me during this job that I think is very important.